Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Iron Valor. I didn't forget about the countdown timer. You forgot about the countdown timer. Uh, but regardless, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're watching this in the future, thank you. We'd love to have you here. And oh boy, do we have an episode lined up for you tonight. Before we get into it, I do have a few announcements we have to go through. Notably, first off, we have a lot of shows here on Ink and Lyre that I would like to highly recommend to you. First off, here on Iron Valor, it's more of a kind of tough, go get 'em combat based adventure here. We do Wizard of the Coast modules. You can even interact with our stream by using these things called Valor tokens, which you generate just by watching. You can use !point commands down in the chat there to see ways that you can influence the game, which includes giving people luck and or blessing and cursing the party, which is dope. In addition to that, we also have our Sunday night show, which is going on right now, called No Man's Land. I want to say No Man's Sky every time. But No Man's Land is our really fun little Malifaux-based through the breach system. It's a card flipping thing if you've never heard of that. So it's a little bit like D&D in some ways, but it's got a very unique system to it. And it's run by our amazing Zach Dewar. It's very kind of steampunk, funky, westerny. And right now they are going through the motions with a lot of really cool actors from our shows. So highly recommend checking that out on Sunday nights at a 6 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. British Standard Time, and 9 p.m. Eastern. In addition to that, we also have a Monday night stream still going on right now, which is called Chromatic Academy. It's a Kids on Brooms game, which again is a little bit different from normal D&D. But it's like a Harry Potter meets D&D kind of thing, where a bunch of high school age students are attempting to make their way through their first year at Magic Academy. I think they're high school age, high school or college, one of those two. In any case, very, very entertaining to watch. Also got some really dope people. Danny Dewar is the runner for that show. You've seen them on many things of ours, I'm pretty sure. At least if you're a regular. But yeah, that's most of the announcements, but coming back to our show, which you might see on your little screen there in the center, this is a little program we love to use called Talespire. I cannot personally recommend it enough. Talespire is a 3D tool that you can get on Steam, and it's just super, super amazing. It's so easy to make beautiful boards and some awesome creations for your games, and add like a Z-axis to it. It's very, very nice. They have partnerships with Hero Forges, so you can even upload your own custom minis, which is just, it's great. It's great. Can't recommend it enough. In addition to that, Tales Tavern is a resource that kind of accompanies Talespire. People upload to it all the time and add their own creations and boards, so you can directly pull them into your own campaigns. I was going to say steal them, but they put them on there for everybody to use. So big shout out tonight to what you might see a little bit of from DM Malagus, I think is how it would be, and their team, as they have made an absolutely massive and gorgeous board that we'll be playing with for the next month or so. So big shout out to them when we get to that part. But that's all the announcements I have for right now. So it's time to get your torches lit, because we're about to delve deep here on Iron Valor. And now. All right. So, welcome back, everybody. If you weren't here for this last session, a lot happened. Um, oh, somebody, I can hear people talking. Raina, how could you?
Dylan's watching a movie. I gotta tell him to keep it down.
Stop that. All right. Uh, okay, cool. Yes. So, last time, I do this weekly. Calm down. It's fine. So last time, our intrepid heroes, part of the adventuring party on top of the board, found themselves throwing a house party in their newly acquired keep. Um, they invited all kinds of people from across the lands, even posting about their party on social media, just to make sure that a big crowd came. For some, it was a night of interesting passion and uh, kindled reaffection, and others a nice chance to meet lots of fans from their social medias accounts. Uh, Still others, it was a little bit of a babysitting job. But specifically to Caswin, Caswin had a bit of a unfortunate evening as the his newest interest, the Duchess Ventus Skystrike, um, was not super keen on laying with him and asked for a price, which he, refused, though he was very disheartened by it. In addition, his lady from across the way happened to see the invite and showed up, um, which was not the best of situations. But in any case, Caswin did also have some time with his father, which seemed like a much needed reprieve for him. Though he didn't get the answer he wanted, he did have a little bit of quality time. Meanwhile, Rafi was kind of just running around making sure that all the fires were put out. Della was enjoying her time with Grub and even landed a first date at Grub's behest. And the one person we haven't really gotten to hear from over the course of the party was Claire. Maria, if you wouldn't mind, uh, what all did you do during the night of the party?
I probably had a couple of drinks, tried to socialize a little bit, and then made my way to the front where Reinhardt is.
Perfect. So I guess completely correct.
Hmm.
All right. Yeah. Um, we won't drag on too terribly long with it. But you spend your evening kind of hanging out with him as he's doing guard duty. Um, at a couple of different points, um, interesting figures walk by. People you know, a lot of people you don't. Um, at one point, I'll say you have a very good passive perception. You do see Carowin, Kaz's maiden from the town you all met at, uh, goes out looking rather furious, but that's neither here nor there for you, really. Um, are you just chatting up Ryan the entire night, Mr. Hart?
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
walk up to him and ask him, "Excuse me, but sorry to ask, do you mind if I hang out here? Everywhere else is boring."
Oh, yes. Of course, you're welcome. You are my employer, after all. Yes. Feel free to uh, join me. See,
Excellent.
he's also got a big stein of beer, but
Hmm.
kind of set to the side along with his huge hammer. Um, Throughout the course of this evening, I assume you are being a little bit flirtatious.
Hmm.
Okay. Are you proficient in persuasion? or performance would be fine.
I am proficient in persuasion.
Okay. If you'd like, go ahead and make me, I'll say 2 persuasion checks,
Okay.
just to see how your evening goes.
Here's the first one. That went to the ether. 21.
Oh my god, you are very proficient.
Yeah. And then 14.
Okay. Um, you get along rather well. Throughout the course of the evening, you find yourself chatting along with him as if you've known each other for a good while. And whether it's the alcohol or the general quietness and the nice, pleasant warmth of the air out on this summer night in the north, it's a very good time. And he seems to enjoy your company quite a lot. He is a gentleman, as of course he is. How much are you drinking this evening?
Enough to get a little loose, but like to still have a clear head.
I'll say you have a good enough control over yourself if that's the case. Is there anything in particular you'd like to accomplish, or are you just being very flirty?
I would like to at some point, probably after the party has died down, invite him to look at my room renovations.
Okay.
But in an implying sort of, there's an implication.
Okay. Just like Caswin. All right. All right. So let's see if 2 of you strike out in one night. Because you've done well, make a persuasion check with advantage, I would say. It's gonna be a hard DC though, because he's an honorable man. Oh, okay.
27.
Wow, 2 natural 19s.
He can put the honor away for a few hours. Pick it up back in the morning.
The DC was 25 because this is Reinhardt, but with your incredible looks, your little frilly bunny outfit that you have on, which I believe you mentioned when we were first throwing the party, he will accompany you to your room.
Let's go.
And he'll spend the evening with you. And in the morning, he makes pancakes.
I cannot wait to rub it in Kaz's face. And I did pay. Well, technically I did, but not
Does
for
he make everyone pancakes?
There's only one kitchen, so
he's not our cook though.
He's not the cook.
Are they heart-shaped pancakes?
Reinhardt-shaped pancakes?
They have smiley faces on them. They have smiley faces, and heart would be a little bit much for the first evening, I think. But he's very sweet. And you know, aftercare, it's important.
This is true.
But yeah, okay. I'll say, Caswin, you might have been a little bit distracted at the moment, so you probably didn't notice immediately, but Claire, you can feel completely free to rub that in his face whenever you feel like.
In the morning, I'm not washing my makeup off. I'm just gonna go downstairs, eat my pancakes, and with a little pep in my step, you know.
Feeling
I
very,
high five.
very loosey.
I high five my heart. My man.
Boom! It's a very loud high five. He's not quite. You see the look on his face. He's not quite sure what you're getting high five for. So
I tell him, you made pancakes. Let's go.
Yes. Pancakes for all. I have blueberries and chocolate chips.
Ooh, frozen blueberry over here.
Yes, ma'am. He gives you a couple. He's not great at it. He's got huge meat hands, but he does make them, and they the composition of ingredients is good. They're just a little like they're not very round. We'll put it that way. Most of the blueberries at first, but it's very sweet. At a certain point, your resident chef does come in and kick him off of the griddle, but the thought was there, and it's a very nice morning following. But yeah. So, with all of that said and done, we have a little bit of downtime here before your next mission arises. If there's anything, I know we did spend a good bit of downtime doing house party stuff, but in addition to that, if there's anything you'd like to do, I know Kaz, when you did workout stuff already. Della, you did some
Studying.
homework.
Yep. Hardcore studying.
Yes, which I did not send you that list of creatures yet, so I will do that shortly. But I think that leaves Rafi and Claire. Is there anything in particular you guys would like to do during this time off that you have?
Probably practice my archery in the. Do we have a gym yet?
In my gym, my room is a gym.
Yeah, that is true.
I'll probably like hang up sticks or something and practice my archery.
Okay.
My aim.
Nice.
You're already a sharpshooter archer, so there's little you can do, but you are maintaining your skill.
It's an ego thing after my night,
Yeah. I got you. What are you up to, Rafi? I heard you start to say something.
Rafi is hanging out with Dad, making flame talks and becoming famous.
Okay. In that case, go ahead. You're helping him. You guys can make some performance checks with advantage. One of you can.
Hell yes.
See how it goes for you.
Performance. I'll make them. Ooh, one went into the abyss. Wow. 11 is the best of those.
Okay. They're there.
We're making content. It exists.
Content does exist. Yeah, you guys make some stuff. It's not fantastic by any means, but it is it's palpable. I would say is a good word to describe it. Not your highest viewed things, but in the downtime after the party, there were some great clips you guys got from the party.
We sure did.
And those are still
riding
going
on
pretty
bells?
crazy.
Let's go.
Sweet. So that's what you're up to. Alrighty. What was that?
Nothing.
Okay. While I'm sending this list to Reina, there is also, I will add the magic shops if you guys wanted to visit them in the meantime.
Yeah, Kaz needs to sell some shit too, so he would go.
Okay.
Well, I gotta grab that shield too. Thanks for the reminder.
Right, yeah. Caswin, for you lovely viewers, has taken off his shield in favor of this big ass halberd that he now wields. Where did my list of those shops go? I have so many things to pull up, and I forgot to do it. I'll figure it out. There it is. I have 8,000 tabs open right now. Okay.
Is there a place where I could take a potion to get looked at?
Yeah. So, identification services are pretty simple. It's usually if you're just requesting, like somebody to tell you what something is. It's like a 10 gold fee normally, But you can also probably just go to Grub, you think, and Grub could tell you.
Okay, yeah, I've had a bottle of dried potion in my inventory for a little bit, but
Right,
it's
right.
not identified.
Oh my god, that's all the way from the first dungeon, huh? Okay, let me look up another thing.
It's not
Guys,
important. I just,
making it very easy on me. Do you remember what color it was?
And no, I just have bottle of dried potion written down.
Okay. Uh,
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think it's from the first dungeon. I think it's from like the second or third.
okay. Fair enough.
But we don't have to do it now. It's not like important, super important.
Tell you what, I'm gonna pull up a random potions table, and we're gonna figure it out.
Okay.
All right. So, roll me a d10.
6.
6. All right. And now roll me a d100, please.
Is that the one with the 0, 0?
Yes. The begin. Oh.
30.
Oh, and then the also the 10 one. Sorry. I didn't know it
The
would
10
roll
was
both
6.
of them. Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm.
Alrighty. So, oh, okay, cool. So, you have an interesting, unique potion. This potion, when some, not exactly water, it's more like concentrated magic juice is the best way I could put it. It's got a more syrupy consistency is added to it. Apparently this is a potion of the furnace. This potion, according to Grub, will make you, for 1 minute, you will radiate, whoever drinks this anyways, within 10 feet of themselves, a person will radiate a damaging aura of fire to everything surrounding them. So like it would be a d6 per round on the user's turn.
Okay.
And I can type that up a little more succinctly, but that's what you got.
Okay, and it's dehydrated right now, or it's dried, so I would just have to add water to it.
Oh, Grub fixed it up for you.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So now it's in a little flask for you. So
Okay.
I'll just call it Potion of the Furnace for now, and I'll type that up for you.
Okay.
But yeah. You have that. Dope. I sent those magic shops in the chat. If there's anything from there you guys feel like picking up, let me know.
Yeah, I'd like to sell my splint mail and buy one of those potions of superior healing.
Okay. Do you off the top of your head know how much splint mail goes for?
I can certainly look up really quick. Let's do the fastest thing ever. It says, give me a moment.
I'm gonna buy 2 potions of greater healing.
Okay.
200 gold,
200 gold.
which means I probably get half because I'm selling it to them.
Yeah, not half. They give you 150 for it.
Okay, that's fine.
So you get for the
I get
superior
150
healing.
and then I buy the superior healing for
Yeah.
562. So, okay.
Oh, in the Winking Skeever, it's actually cheaper.
Oh,
So it'd
well
be
then,
300 for the superior.
okay, I'll buy the superior then.
Yeah. All right. There's different prices on both shops because one of them is like the big brand name store, and then one's Grub store.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let me finish sending these to you, Dan. Right. Things I should have done ahead of time. I was busy though. It's fine. Okay. So it sounds like that's most of what we needed to accomplish today for your downtime. Unless anybody has anything else. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Nope.
Nope,
Wait, I got
I'm
another dried potion. I'm just kidding.
Oh
Keep
my god, no, no,
saving
no.
up.
I'm kidding.
Fair enough. All right. I sent you those links, Raina.
Dope, dope,
Um,
dope.
So there is a crawling claw, a regular zombie, a beholder zombie, and 2 more fun ones that I will let you reveal when the time is right.
Oh, that is exciting.
It is exciting. Okay. So, as we continue with your downtime, there comes a moment where you guys all, for one reason or another, find yourselves back at the yawning portal. Whether it be out of boredom or maybe to get some drinks together. And there is a soft moment where, well, actually, 2 of you have really great passive perceptions. Well, technically 3 of you, but 1 of you would definitely notice. So, Claire, there is a kind of a fluttering, which at first kind of looks like a moth. But as it kind of catches your eye a little bit more, you see a butterfly-shaped piece of paper. It's kind of making its way through the air, and it kind of flutters down, and it lands on the table in front of you. You see as it kind of rests and its wings kind of beat a little bit, just very softly, like, you know, butterflies tend to stretch their wings to keep the blood flowing. Say, Della and Rafi, you both also see this butterfly kind of enter a window and make its way down to Claire, just because your passive perceptions are pretty insane.
Okay.
I will reach for the paper
Okay. It lets you take it.
and I will open and attempt to read it.
Sure. As you open it, you see a single name written upon it. And you see underneath it, to be completed in a matter of 2 days. And there is an address listed for what you assume is a street in Waterdeep.
I will show everybody.
Okay.
I think we just got I think someone just hired a hit. Or is trying to hire a hit.
Do what now?
What's the hit?
We do
Like,
that now?
We kill this person in 2 days. My first thought always goes to murder.
That's fair.
There's an
Okay.
address on here. Should we go here first or should we just go for it?
Well, who is it?
What does the name say?
Okay. This is not the response I expected. Sorry, I do actually have that one, but I need to find it again. It's for someone named Nil Gliversirk, which is a very strange name, but
Who the hell's this?
Should we find out? I mean, my murdering days are behind me, but you know.
Well, I don't want to kill anybody.
Claire, I will say, there is a note at the bottom of the
Oh.
paper that's more of a really small sigil that you recognize. It's a W, a big fancy ampersand, and an L.
Does Claire recognize it, or do I recognize it? 'Cause I don't.
Uh, Claire recognizes it. It's the symbol of witch and light.
Oh. Uh-oh. I think this is a part of my contract, guys.
What contract?
The reason why I'm still here. Remember when I was taken?
By the
Yeah.
chick in the dungeon?
No, by Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Yeah, we already dealt with that.
No. The, let's say I'm doing some freelance work, but it's not so free.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kaz has no idea what you're fucking talking about.
So this Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, they want you to kill somebody?
Yes.
Well, are they a bad
Okay.
person?
Doesn't matter.
Kind of matters.
No.
Maybe the
Well-
less we know about this person, the better if we have to kill him, you know.
Then
Yeah.
how do we know this is from Mr. Witch and Light guy?
I will show Caswin the letter with the sigil and point to the W and the L.
You know what's really weird, Kazan, as you look at it? You're not exactly a fast reader, but none of the text on the page makes any sense to you.
Yeah, I got warned about these things right here. And Kaz pulls out his phone and
Yeah.
he dials up scam.
Okay.
He puts it. Give me a minute. Hey,
Please hold. Your call is very important to us.
I'm important.
After a minute or two of that happening, you hear, I was just fucking with you. Hi, Caswin. How's it going?
scam, my guy. How are things? How are you?
Oh, you know, things are great. Just living the dream, really.
That's what I told my dad. I said you were great, and he tried to say mean things, but he doesn't know you like I know you. So
Mr. Lemongrass is quite amenable when you get to know him.
yeah, he's a good guy. He's trying hard. Anyways, I'm pretty sure you told me the next time I felt like I was getting scammed to call you,
Oh, right.
and
Did I say that?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Sure.
You
we'll
told
go with
me
that.
you told me to stop being scammed.
I did
and
say that. I think I was more leaning on your natural intuition.
yeah, my
This
intuition's
works.
telling me this is a scam. So
Okay.
I wonder if then maybe it's not a scam now that you're saying that.
You want me
anyways.
to like read scam auras?
No, I'm like, all right, I'm reading this paper. She's saying that Witchlight guys, Light Witch, sent her this
Uh-huh.
message that she has to kill someone. But that's not what this paper says. And I can barely read. And I know that it does not say that.
Are any of you proficient in Arcana?
Kaz is definitely not.
I know you aren't. I think none of you are.
Excellent.
Not even Della?
No.
Della's proficient in wisdom
Man.
things like you are.
Damn.
Hey,
Yeah, so interesting. As you kind of you say that, there's like a bit of a pause. It says, you know, some messages are meant to only be read by the intended recipient. There's ways of coding that kind of thing, you know?
oh, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Well, you, as always, are so helpful.
I am, I know. I
So
mean,
I
if you
told my
wanted to
dad-
really read it, you could probably dispel it.
I don't know how to do. Maybe. Oh, Rafi knows how to do something like that. You are the best. I think Rafi knows how to do that. So I'm gonna ask him to do that. You are the best. Any other words of wisdom before I stop bothering you because you have important things to do?
Said Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they've got
Interesting.
some kind of contract or something on her.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's not good. Not ideal.
Making deals with Fae is usually real binding. I wouldn't mess with those terms too hard if I were you.
Okay.
But
Well,
you know, I think that I'm not really an expert on Fae. I wouldn't know anything about making deals. Just if you really don't want to kill the guy, then there might be some small repercussions depending on the contract. Who knows?
well, we should probably follow through on it then. That's what she said too. We gotta do it.
I mean, to be
Okay.
fair, I'm not on speaker, am I?
No, of
Okay.
course not. I put it close to my ear and
The good news is it's not for all of you if you can't read it.
it's just for her. I don't have to be a part of it then.
Yeah. Plausible deniability. It's important.
You're so smart. You're the best god ever.
You're so smart, Caswin.
I always tell everyone that. No one, thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry they don't listen. They should.
That's what I keep saying. Thank you.
Mhm.
And Kaz will go, I love you. And he hangs up the phone.
There's a stunned silence, and you hang up your little sharp rock, and you turn back to the rest of the group who could hear all the things you were saying.
Yes.
You know what? You know what, guys? I think I just had too much ale. I was reading this whole thing wrong. I just gotta go talk to this guy. I'll be back in a little bit. No worries. They just want me to go have a chat with him. You know?
Kaz just nods his head and goes,
Whoops, wrong thing.
okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Well,
Make a deception check, Claire. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on.
Claire would
Is
never
it-
deceive us. We're friends.
Would
No,
never.
Claire would never deceive.
Claire's a maestro
Oh
of the
my
truth.
god. Okay.
Claire would never deceive.
Yeah.
With how do I even do a natural 1 on a deception check?
Kaz
I-
knows that this is plausibly
that's what you say in
deniable.
your head, but it comes out a little
So-
bit more like, actually, I'm just gonna go use the bathroom, and then
I'm just
awkwardly
gonna
walk out the
bounce.
front door instead of back to the bathroom.
Should I roll for stealth?
I mean, you can once you break line of sight.
All right, I'm out.
You
of
walk
this
out the
bitch.
front door.
Yeah. I'm out.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. You all watch Claire begin to make her way out the front door.
And Kaz just smiles and sits back down.
The bathroom's outside, you know.
It's
I mean-
Kaz does know if it's on the side of a building.
Kaz
Yeah.
that there's a perfectly good reason that Kaz would think so.
She is part
Yeah.
bunny.
15's, I mean the real question is, does anybody follow her?
No,
It
Kaz
would be
feels
rude
good
to
about
follow her to
this.
the bathroom.
Rafi,
Plausible.
you know that she's lying. You have something called passive insight.
No,
Kazwin doesn't really, but you do.
I do. I have 15.
Yeah.
Kazwin doesn't really. It's yeah.
Kazwin is the only sentient creature without passive insight, I would say.
It
You
is
know,
negative.
Della, I think you should go with her. Make sure she's okay out there.
Oh, right, sure.
Okay.
Dilla's just gonna pick up her books or whatever else she brought and head on.
You step outside and look around. Make a perception check.
Oh, let's see. Perception.
Claire did not roll very well.
19.
You see Claire duck down an alleyway.
Oh, oh.
Just a little floofy bun tail.
Okay. All right. She'll start to follow.
Okay.
Claire!
This
Claire!
is why Reinhardt put Claire off her game.
Your legs are still a little bit shaky.
Can I hear Della calling for me?
Yes.
I am once again going to try to evade.
Okay. You hear this? Start running. We'll make this. Della, I'll say you see Claire begin to run away.
Oh, Claire! No, of course, it's me! Claire!
Do
It's
you
me!
do you continue to pursue?
She'll try to, yeah.
Okay. So I believe, Claire, you're being a rogue, you're just a lot faster than most people. Make me another stealth check with advantage, Claire. As Della, you run to catch up.
Oh, I shouldn't have had so many pancakes. Oh.
It's a dirty 20
Okay.
and 23.
Okay. Della, I'll ask you to make one more perception check, and you're gonna try and beat a 23. Because you're just looking around like, what's happening?
Why are we running all of a sudden? Oh, 10. Oh,
10.
oh, so many pancakes.
Della, you round the corner and you bump into just this big rotund half-orc guy who's just got like scraggly beard and big ass tusks on his face. He kind of looks down.
Oh, sorry about that. Did you see a rabbit, the Harrigan lady running? Just running through here. Yeah, it's like a rabbit. You know, she's moving very quickly. Maybe like a little blur just came through here. I don't know why she's running. It's not like we don't have a gym at the house.
He kind of turns around and looks down the alleyway the way you're kind of pointing and scratches his butt, which is just at your face level.
Oh, no,
because
come on.
of the height difference.
Oh, this is not helping with the pancakes coming up. Oh,
I haven't seen no bunny.
yeah. Okay.
Turns back to you.
She just like looks around. She tries to look around him. She doesn't see anything.
I mean, yeah, you could step around him. You just kind of ran into him for a second.
Right.
Pretty beard. Jealous.
Sorry. What? Oh, sorry.
Pretty beard.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been growing it my whole life. But well,
I like it.
thank you. I like.
He
Anyway.
sits on this huge stein that he's just carrying.
Oh, it's a nice.
Despite that it's like
Oh,
noon,
it's so early.
he seems to be pretty drunk.
On that note, well, I guess she'll come home when she wants to. I just, well, thank you for Thank you.
Anytime.
keep on keeping on.
Small
She'll-
person.
She'll just go back up.
Okay. You head back to the yawning portal.
Yeah.
Claire. I assume you are heading to the address.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like trying to give myself a pep talk. Like, what are you doing?
a little bit of a moment.
Yeah.
You come to it's like a series of townhouse-like places. You see the one in particular you're looking for is like a 2-story, not really a yard, kind of in the slummier sections of the city. Nearer to the docks, and it's just a little bit smelly here because while Waterdeep is a really great place and a marvel of technology, the whole place doesn't have sewage, and people just used to throw those piss buckets right out the window, so it's a little bit stanky over here. You do see up in the second story window that there is a little bit of flickering light, like a candle. Is there anything you would like to do now that you're here?
Is the window open?
The front window is not. There is a small alleyway off to the left side of the house, though. They're like townhouses, but they're arranged like duplexes.
I'm gonna see if there's a way I can sneak in from the Side or the back?
Yeah. The back window is open.
Okay. Can
Um,
I, is it on the first story or second story?
Second story. But there's a nice little convenient balcony.
Oh,
It's
then
it's not a terribly hard climb, especially for you and your power thighs.
excellent. Okay, I will climb the balcony.
Sure. Make me one more stealth check as you kind of climb up, make your way.
24.
Very nice. I thought this said strength for a second. I was like, wow. Um, so you make your way up, and you see appears to be inside this hovel is kind of a little more dirty, kind of papers and junk, kind of hoarder style all around the house. And you see a kind of a bigger wooden chair next to a desk, and there is a slumped, kind of extremely skinny, half-elven male, kind of laying back, and the eyes are shut. And it's just kind of, you see little soft breaths.
I look for signs that there's anybody else living here, or if it's just that person.
Okay. Make a investigation check.
Or do I know how many bedrooms this is?
It's a pretty small townhouse. There's like a
Oh.
first floor and then a second floor, but it's like a both one room, as
Okay.
you quickly discover. 24. Yeah, you easily deduce that it's a little bit hoardery, but there's only one bed, and not really a whole lot of room for other people.
All right. It's probably nil. So
He's
Claire
holding a
is
piece of
going.
paper that says, "My name is Nil." No,
Excellent.
it is
Okay.
not.
So so Claire is going to kind of sadly pull out her bow and aim for the head.
Okay. He is asleep, so it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really much of a noise either. It's just a little tumbling and fadump as the chair falls backwards, and so does the body.
Is there a way that I communicate with Witch and Light? Like, do I have to get something and bring it to them, or can I just reply back on another note saying done?
It's interesting.
With
Have you kept the contract with you,
I have it in
or did you leave it at the
recipe.
yawning portal?
I kept it.
Okay. You feel something tugging at your pocket and kind of
Mm-hmm.
wriggling, and you
I'll take it out.
feel. Yeah, you see the note has folded itself back into a butterfly. As you kind of take it out, it feels like it's flapping a little bit more urgently, like when Gandalf whispered to the moth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's trying to go.
Okay. I'm gonna try to take it out and open it, see if anything changed in the note.
You try and unfold it, and it seems a little more resistant this time. It's like it's trying to hold its form.
Oh, I'm gonna take take my thumb, smudge some blood on it, and smudge it on the butterfly thing and let it go.
Okay. It flies out the window.
And I will return to the yawning portal, and I will see enter through the bathroom window and come back like nothing happened.
Okay. You easily enough, you make it into the bathroom window, I'll say. Well, let me roll a luck
I'm
check
gonna
for
wash
you
my
real fast.
I'm gonna wash my hands. What?
I was just rolling a luck check. The bathroom
Oh.
window is locked.
Ah, okay.
You could probably open it because you're an accomplished thief if you want.
Yes,
All right, sleight of hand check.
I'm having fun.
Doing rogue things. Assassin
Yeah.
rogue. Oh my god, you were rolling insanely well. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell. But I had to
You
say I
couldn't
gotta
tell a
go
lie.
bathroom.
I go to bathroom.
I gotta go bathroom real bad.
You jimmy it open without too much of an issue, and you make it in. I'm gonna roll one more luck check real fast. Hang on, this could be really funny. Okay, it's not bad enough that there's somebody in the bathroom when you climb in. It's unoccupied, fortunately.
Okay.
But you open the door and waddle out. I assume everybody else is just still here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, Dilla's drinking a bunch of water.
We'll take a quick moment before you quite arrive, Claire. Is there anything you said to the group, Della?
Yeah, she was just telling him, oh, I went to go check on her and she just ran off. I don't ran into this strange bloke on the way. And she just I couldn't keep up with her. Oh, I wish it was all the pancakes, but maybe I'm just out of shape. Didn't come out of shape.
No,
Maybe
you're
she just like really, really, really had to go. She want to get really far away.
I don't know, she was just like, I yelled out to her. I
plausible
thought she'd heard me, but
deniability is all Cass will say.
what does that mean?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, and I don't have to know.
Okay. All right. Anyway. I think she'll come back soon.
She'll be back.
I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. She'll
Uh,
be back. I have faith. She'll be back, right?
I hope so.
What if she doesn't come back?
She'll be back.
I mean, why wouldn't she come back? Just maybe I don't know, she might have gone home or something. I don't know. All I know is I'm hitting the gym after this.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe she's scared to poop in public.
Ah, that's fair. I have a brother like that. I have to go home every
I
time I
bet
have to do
that's
a
what
number
it
two.
is. That's
Ridiculous.
absolutely what it is.
We'd be out somewhere and he'd just be like, well, time to go home. And I'm like, we just got here.
Well, it's about that time.
Okay, this enthralling conversation continues, and then Claire, you do show up, walking through the bathroom, which is not where you left.
Do we see her come from the bathroom?
Are you? I think you were acting like nothing happened, right, Claire? So yeah, you'll see her.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm gonna
Just-
come out clutching my stomach and just be like, ah, man, I don't think Ryan cooked all the pancakes all the way through.
At that, Ryan's not here, is he? No, he's back at
I don't think you guys
Castle.
invited him in particular, so.
No, I would be
Ah.
so mad at that statement. I'm just gonna walk away. That man knows how to make pancakes.
That's what set off Caswin. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's no plausible deniability with the pancakes. He ate them. He knows they're phenomenal.
Everyone knows they're phenomenal. You had it. No, she's just lying to us.
So,
We
next round's on me.
You sure you should be drinking with that upset stomach there, Claire?
Oh, you want some
I'm-
water? The water's been
I'm
good.
all empty. We're good.
Oh, you can't be drinking on an empty stomach either.
It's more effective that way and cheaper.
She makes-
Barkeep.
Yeah.
We also all got luck from Flacco
Okay.
And
and
the bless from
a bless from
CJ.
CJ.
Oh, thank you, CJ. Oops. That
CJ
was a
may have
spoiler.
gone to bed by now.
Thank you, CJ.
Mhm.
We love you. Can't believe you gave a bless for that stuff. Okay. Well, that could be important. I'll keep it in the bank for now. How about that?
Sure.
For now, you guys all get a luck. which could be great. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Is
then.
this conversation done now?
Claire's drinking and not paying attention to anything or anybody.
Awesome. So it wouldn't be on that day in particular, but on an upcoming day, say maybe 2 days later or so, you guys are kind of shooting the shit around the bar, chatting up, groups, about your adventures, and the board is, the job request board, that is sadly very empty. As you kind of look over at it, you see, it's got like some submissions for like a small bandit threat or like find my lost cat. Nothing that interests your group of higher level adventurers. One thing I know, because Caswin would always be paying attention to this, the adventurers group parties board, the one where they rank the different groups. See, on top of the board is actually number 2 right now on the list. The group that known as Dragon's Fury is on top. And there are 4 other groups below that, below both of you as well. But over the last few days, there, members of that group have been kind of riding their high around the bar, appreciating the kind of praise and the attention from various clients and such that come in. Your buddy that you invited to your party, the bard, Helm, he's actually in that group. And he's not being a dick about it because he likes you guys, but his fellow adventuring party members are kind of, flaunt it when they can. And it's maybe a little bit annoying, especially for Caswin, I think. But what is really interesting is there is a new occurrence at the Yawning Portal this day. About 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and there's like a big banging noise at the front of the Yawning Portal. You see members of the City Guard. It's literally the title of the official guards of Waterdeep is the City Guard. Walking inside. They all have a silvery kind of armor set with some just like really well polished steel, tinged with this like royal red cloth. Instantly very recognizable to pretty much all of you because you've spent so much time here. Most of them are adorned with like the simple kettle style helm. But there's one person in particular that is wearing this thicker armor and a rather nice helmet. It's a little more plated. It has like a face mask and all that. You see, as this person kind of walks in, they're a little bit shorter than their fellows, but they're decorated as some kind of officer. I don't know. Say, it's not a super important role, but you know what? Y'all haven't rolled in a while. You can all make me a general intelligence check if you'd like, or history if you're proficient.
I know a lot about history.
Okay. I believe in you.
I know a decent amount about history.
It's not terrible.
That's not
Isn't-
terrible at all.
Is intelligence called? Oh, oh, never mind.
Okay.
I think crashed.
Your game crashed?
Yeah.
Great.
Granted, I don't think Caswin would know anything anyways. He
I'll
writes his
roll
own
for
history.
you.
Take a -1 on it.
Natural 20 -1.
19.
He wrote it
Caswin.
into existence, whatever
I
it
write
is.
my own history.
It's
Don't you tell me?
It's pretty good. Say actually all of you rolled pretty decently. It's not a terribly hard check. You recognize this person's just by their uniform and the medals displayed on them. They're equivalent of a captain of the city guard. They're called Almars or senior Civlars. And you see as this Almar takes off their helmet, you see a kind of a paler blonde looking figure, appears to be kind of half elven. Let me size this correctly for my beautiful little stream. I think that looks good. And you see as they kind of make themselves known, kind of shout out, "Hello, we have orders sent from up high. I'm here to collect the members of the party known as On Top of the Board for a personal assignment to the Lord's Helm."
Oh, that's us.
That's us. Does she know that's us? Oh,
Already?
Kaz is
Oh,
excited. That
guess-
is us.
If they insist.
They kind of tilt their head over and give you all a look. Interesting. You see, if you remember the like redheaded paladin type person, Gabrielle, that was in the Dragon's Fury. That I think you in particular, Caswin, you didn't like her.
Yeah, no.
Is just staring daggers at you right now.
I give her a huge grin.
She just kind of narrows her eyes a little bit. The Almar kind of waves you over. All of you and says, "No, I'm Senior Civlar Ostoroth. I'll be accompanying you up to the Lord's Helm meeting that is currently taking place. They're expecting your presence, all of you." Is that
It's nice to be expected.
that a salamander?
Yeah.
Kind of looks over at Hobby, who is just this big hulking figure compared to the rest of you, just in a chain tube. Kind of raises an eyebrow a little bit at that. Definitely a diverse adventuring group. Very well. Not one to question the orders cast down on high. You all follow me. And you are guided up towards the central citadel of Waterdeep. As long as you all choose to go.
Yeah.
gosh.
We're important. We
Great.
gotta go.
All
Them's
right.
the rules.
There's a kind of a silence. This kind of thing doesn't happen at the Yawning Portal, really. Like the guard doesn't come in here. You do catch just a glimpse of Derna and kind of like arms folded. The bartender just like looking disapproving. You imagine probably because his his recruiting and board system was completely surpassed just to come get you guys. But you make your way head held high, escorted by Amar Osteroth, and eventually make your way to the Citadel, which is a grand display of just colors and beauty and stained glass and just this magnificent magical architecture that makes up the center part of the city. You are led in past dozens of city guard, some other captains, but they don't really pay you any heed in the current escort that you have. And eventually you do make your way to this set of huge, like, marble and mahogany and iron doors that are just intricately crafted. On them there's like the tale of the founding of Waterdeep way back in the day, just kind of mosaicked on it, including you do see a big tube like column, a little tavern type structure on top, and just this massive underground complex of dungeons and sprawling dangers that kind of marks the Yawning Portal, and the adventures that it might have below it. As these doors kind of begin to open, and you see just this dark void beyond it, illuminated just by these spotlight-like rays of light that kind of flow down from you're not really sure where. We're going to go ahead and take our break, as it is time to meet with the Lord's Helm. And we'll all see you all very shortly. My phone. It just says Max's phone. Great. But we'll see you all very shortly. We'll be back from this break in just a minute. Can't wait to see you all. One moment. Take 5. Go pee. All that stuff.
Take 5. Go pee.
Thank
All right, welcome back, everybody. You know what? Let me set the scene a little bit. Get some mood lighting going. All right. So, our party has made their way up to the central citadel of Waterdeep, the name of which I will not regale you with because I did not look it up. As they all head inside to meet with the very well-known but very mysterious Lord's Helm. The ruling class, essentially, of this great city. You are led inside these huge doors, which kind of part, and you see essentially like three big beams of sunlight that kind of make their way down into the floor and strike this very nice polished white marble which is flecked with like veins of gold. And that light kind of reflects just a little bit, enough that you see around the room there is a big U-shaped kind of dais that hides the bottom half of 16 figures. They're all seated in a semicircle around you. As you make your way in, you see all of them looking down at you, wearing a very weird ensemble of things. All of you, having spent enough time in this city, know that the Lord's Helm, as they call themselves, are all very secretive about their identities. Wear magical masks and other things to protect themselves from being known. Which is immediately apparent as you see all 16 of these people all look like the exact same person, almost entirely. All the same height, all ambiguous body shapes, all very, very almost ghastly in a way. It's intimidating, even to the most brash of you. You see these purple-robed figures kind of all look at you, their robes kind of swirling with white trails. And you see one of the ones off to the left a little bit. As they speak, their voice is very monotone and kind of a deep tenor, very bassy. And they go, "Hail, heroes from the yawning portal. Welcome to the Lord's Helm. We have been expecting you, adventurers."
Thanks
The
for
rest of
having
them
us.
just watch silently.
Kaz just like looks around. Yeah. Because we're on top of the board, and it's of course we'd be expected. Of course.
See a couple of them kind of exchange glances. And the one that was speaking continues. Says, "Yes, your reputation precedes you. We have heard of your reliability and your ability to deal with unforeseen threats. One of our own has recommended you highly above the other adventurers in this city for your trustworthiness and ability to procure results." See as this figure kind of looks across the table and says, "Isn't that right, number 11? You see another figure kind of gives a slow nod and then looks down at the rest of you as well. You hear the same exact voice, like down to the pitch, down to the verbiage. "Yes, that is correct. I have seen their work firsthand and believe them to be capable of what we need. What say you, adventurers? On top of the board. Will
Well,
you help the city in its time of need?
Yeah,
The whole
of
city.
what can we do for you?
course we will. Doesn't matter what the job is. We are the best after all.
We are, but we need to know the job to do the job.
Oh, yeah. What's the job?
A third figure that is kind of way off to the left. The second one from the left side kind of looks, tilts their head, says, "You're right, their confidence is quite immeasurable. Let's hope it is well placed." Another figure, he's still one towards the center. "We have received word from an ally of the Lord's Helm and the Lord's Alliance of the Sword Coast that there is a grave danger brewing over in the land of Thay." And you hear this quiet muttering among the other seats of the council. He kind of raises a hand up, and you see the hand is also gloved in a purple fabric that is just indiscernible. We first must ask you to ensure that none of this ever leaves this room or reaches any prying ears. I hope this is understood.
Of course.
Yeah.
Kaz just nods.
Excellent. The rumor has it that the Thayans are amassing an army of liches, led by the fierce and corrupt Zastam, to destroy all free life on this coast. We, however, have information. They kind of look over, once again, over at this person, number 11. Information from the inside of Thay. Your mission will be to meet with this informant and strike a critical and vital blow against the mad wizard's power. It will be an extremely dangerous mission, but we promise you your time will be well rewarded, not only by us, but for the safety of all who live in this realm.
Well, that's what we're about here.
Is there any more you can tell us about the dangers?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to know more about the Mad Wizard.
Yeah, why is he
Yes.
mad?
And when you say mad, you mean like angry?
Another council member speaks up. This one looks like number 5. Says, "The Lord of Thay is, and has been since his ascension, an evil, corrupt being that seeks only for his own power. If our source is to be trusted, we believe he attempts ascension to godhood before leading his armies to strike at us."
You want us to stop a borderline god?
Your mission will not be to fight Zastam.
Oh, good.
From what we have been told, you are to destroy a number of phylacteries inside a hidden sequestered vault on a demiplane. This will deal a crippling blow to Zass's army's power and make it much more difficult for him to amass the strength needed for ascension.
Thought those sound more manageable. She's gonna look at the rest of the party.
We could do it.
I
How
mean,
do
it
you
doesn't
destroy
sound
a
harder
phylactery?
than other stuff we did, so sure.
Destroying, you see, as number 11 once again speaks up. Destroying a phylactery is different in every scenario. The material that it's made out of can make it more difficult. But more or less, you just have to destroy the object once you know that it is. The information we have in the Lord's Helm here is unfortunately somewhat limited. But we have the contact that can probably bestow more information on you.
Oh, well, that's good. Who's the contact?
You will be run through several, but the first of which I believe will be familiar to you. And you see at the side of this like big, like 10-foot tall dais, a single like marble swing door kind of opens out of the wall, which was very impeccably placed. Like it was super seamless. And you, as you watch, you see a kind of a cloaked figure kind of step out of the shadows and approach you all. Daniel, if you wouldn't mind, as we reintroduce our good friend Nikki. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. Welcome back, Daniel.
Hi. Yeah, so stepping out from behind this dais and these double doors, steps a about 6 foot tall, maybe 5'11" ish, gangly sort of human man, with tousled kind of dark hair that trims a little bit in front of his eyes. A few of you may recognize Nicky Orloff, wizard extraordinaire. He's got a double-breasted vest over the top, buttoned with these little gold gilded pieces. He wears the long kind of trench coat looking style, and today he's wearing his finest little top hat, but it's not super tall, just kind of short like that. And he's got like a little robin feather sticking in the top, to kind of match the ambiance of this area. And he as he steps out into the place, you can hear heel to toe steps as he walks in, and arms go wide as he says, "Gaswin!" "Gaswin, Claire!" And he comes running, all of you, and he comes walking up to where all of you are.
Kaz is gonna like pick him up and give him a big bear hug.
Ah! he accepts it.
It's been so long.
Friends! Ah.
You've done so well.
Sort of. And you'll notice that, Caswin, if you've got Nikki held up here, you'll notice he is a little skinnier than he was in the past. It looks like he's a little bit more slight, kind of around the middle. Maybe his shoulders are looking a little bigger. He looks a little bit stronger. But definitely he's
He read my
leaned out.
book.
Hey, but he's definitely a little bit more gaunt, a little bit more gangly. The levels of adventuring have taken some of the nobility and off of him for this, and yeah, he joins you all.
You read some of my book. You're supposed to eat. That's important. That's like chapter 6.
Yeah, Dell will come up and just like pick up one of his arms, just like look at him. Are you a sight for sore eyes? You been
Eh,
eating, all right?
Sometimes. Oh, I
Like-
feel as though I drink too much wine these days, over on the estate. But
Don't we
yes,
all?
right. You all look well. We're at the top of the board, right? Still.
Top of the board, my guy.
Claire's gonna go up and give him one of those handshakes where you hold the hand and then you put the other hand on top and give him a nice little smile.
Hey, it's good to see you as well. Last time we met, we were in an alley, right? Something like that.
Yes.
And who's this tall drink of water?
Guy with the shell or the guy with the chain?
About to say,
The
there is
shell.
There's a couple of us.
The
There's a
shell.
big tail that also wraps around you, Nikki, and kind of pulls you over in just this big, intensely warm embrace. And you see just this like very bestial look in these eyes, like very, very intelligent, but like still like just full on sniffing you, just like.
Who is this?
I remember you. You gave me pretty stones. And
It's
money.
habanero.
Happen-
It's our boy, dude.
He's
Got
growing
on.
so fast. And I lean back into the hug, give him a little pat.
Pointy sword man, I remember you. Been a long time. I have a follower count now, and he holds up his arms, which he didn't have before. A little stone rock thing, and shows you his flame talk page.
The flame talk is that like
it's
okay,
fire
is it-
elemental
is it-
TikTok?
it's exactly what
It's
I think
exactly
it is.
what you think
Yep.
it is. There's also Faerunstagram, but we won't get into that right now.
If I could pull away from hobby, I'll go over to our turtle man.
Make a
Reach out.
strength check. I'm just kidding. He lets you go.
I'll go over to
Yeah.
our turtle man and introduce myself. Nikki Orlov, newly heir to the Orlov estate.
Raphael, druid of many shapes and sizes, and he reaches out his hand and gives the little tickle handshake.
Pick one, Drew.
Yep,
It's the pleasure is mine.
likewise.
All 16 lords look down at this heartwarming reunion, and kind of give you a moment. They're not complete dicks, but they are rich. So after a moment, number 11 once again speaks up. This one that we believe you already know, obviously, will be leading you to the first point of contact that we have. The location, unfortunately, is not something we can discuss among all present company. And they kind of look over at the other people in the chamber. But he knows where to go, and he will guide you.
Sure do. Be happy to.
Are there any further questions before you are sent on your way, brave heroes?
Do you know of any other dangers we might encounter while we're there that you have not told us about?
Well, as we mentioned, the number 8 starts to speak up over there, which is you've not heard from yet, but again, sounds exactly the same. There are many strange and abhorrent evils that the Thay have command over, as they have in past years, and especially since Zas Tam took over. Expect undead, monsters, and great evil of every conceivable plane. Specific dangers you should ask your contact about. Even among the Lord's Helm, unfortunately, this mission is of top secrecy, and not too much can be disclosed in this forum.
Understood. Thank you for the info that you have been able to offer.
They dip their head respectfully. It's your polite answer.
So,
Well-
fret not, Rafi. I will help us. I know where we're going. We got to make a quick stop by the church before we get out of here, but I think I know where we're headed next.
All right. You all head out. Now, oops, don't look at that. You all head out now, heading towards who knows where, really? Only Nikki. But you make your way out of this oppressive air and back out into the streets of Waterdeep, into a much more pleasant atmosphere. Though the recent news on what you might be facing might be a little, intense for some of you. Nikki, you said you needed to stop by the church?
Well, I think it only makes sense, God.
Okay.
If we were to go do that, as we exit out, Nikki is a little hesitant to walk out first. He's been away for quite some time, like trying to figure out who's the leader of this party and how he's gonna fit into this.
That's a great question, Nikki.
Yeah, who's in charge here? Who's telling us where we go?
I mean, I follow the light, so
He's a
I'm
moth.
the light.
I mean, Casper just kind of does stuff, and we just kind of deal with the fallout
That's-
from that.
Yeah.
He's the head and we steer.
I
So-
think
Or
so
try
same-
to steer.
So
I
same as
think
always.
Della's right.
So
I do
same as always.
things.
Then yes.
Yeah.
He
Well,
likes
then.
to open doors.
Yeah, and I
No
like
matter
to
what's behind.
videotape him with opening those doors. It gets lots of views.
Yeah, it does.
The dungeon reveal, as it were.
Yeah, it's like an unboxing, but
Perfect.
he gets stabbed a lot more.
they're just trying to unbox his insides. It's okay.
Hey, I thought it. No, that's not how it goes. I open the door and I do the stabbing,
Sometimes.
hitting. Yeah.
And you know
Sometimes,
why?
at least sometimes.
Sometimes
every
he stabs us.
Yeah, those don't perform as well on the algorithm, though.
That's
Mm.
true.
There's-
Did they tell you about the vampire that they fought?
No, but I would love to hear about it.
Nice.
Well, Della, is there a place where you worship? I fear in the circumstances we are in, even the heathens among us could use some help from the gods.
My God
Dealing with
comes
all of this.
everywhere.
I mean, we've got a little a kind
Praising-
of a church
praising
room in the keep. We have a keep now, by the way.
I showed Nikki the phone really quick. My God comes
I li-
everywhere.
I look at the phone. You guys have a keep? I thought I was the only one with a keep.
Good to know you on you happening.
It's rather new. We'll walk and talk.
Mhm.
See, and some of you may recall that shortly before Nikki moved into adventuring, his brother died, and that was part of his whole thing and all that. But over the last several weeks or months, while you have all been adventuring, Nikki recounts the stories of how he had to go back to his estate and take care of matters of affairs and get things in order. There was, we will say that like his mother ran ill, and for a while there, he had to go back and manage that place, and that is a portion of what he was doing while he was gone. And he will relay that message to you all to get you all caught up on where he is and what he was doing. The only thing you would really notice that's like other than the little bit more gaunt features, a little lengthiness to him, he has a new scar across his forearm. Looks a lot like a bear mark.
Sexy.
From it's new. It looks probably a couple months old at this point, but he tells you about his very boring and seemingly well rehearsed story about where he's been. So about that vampire,
Yeah. Do you guys trade stories with your dear old friend?
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
I just talk about how I look in pretty much every one of them, and how I'm a complete fucking badass.
I tell him how he got charmed by a incubus or succubus or something.
No, no,
Or,
I did
sorry,
not.
I got charmed.
Yeah, you got broke.
I got charmed, and then Caswin still thinks that it's just like some sexy lady, and that I didn't die.
Well, she has she couldn't have been real like into guys then, because I tried and she wasn't into me.
Mm-hmm.
They
And
were
then she
to
was
you several tales of how
I-
Caswin and or
How-
several of them got charmed. I believe in that telling, I think Della and Claire both died.
Yeah,
Like,
she would like to
died.
tell
No,
all
they
the times
didn't.
that everybody
No, they
died.
died.
Okay.
We came in the room and Claire was, remember, Rafi? We came in the room and Claire was on top of the chest, and then she just like got up when we were near her.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Because I was
Huh?
there, and I have that effect on some people.
I show him part of my tattoo on my chest, and
Oh,
Whoa, whoa, don't,
Ooh.
whoa,
Is that
whoa.
new?
not
Not the
down
time.
there,
Not the
down
time.
there.
It's
Not-
a little bit higher. It's like
yeah,
it's upper sternum. It's okay.
yeah, upper sternum.
what's the
That's for-
tattoo of?
That's for
That's-
Reinhardt only to see.
So as you look at it, Nikki, you see what looks like a plague doctor's mask, with some intricate kind of filigree around it, and just two like black voids for eyes. And as it kind of continues outwards, it goes into almost like an explosion like kind of radius, like in a cartoon when you see it just explode outwards. And then just a little bit of like curvature, like it's almost like veins that kind of fade off into the skin.
Yeah, we
Dude.
freaking died, man, and Della's god had
She
to.
died so many times.
Do I recognize this this tattoo?
You can
The
make
figure
an
in this tattoo?
Arcana or History check. Well, actually, hang on. Yeah, you do. Oh, well, good thing. I said
What'd
it,
I roll?
huh? You
Yeah.
rolled that one.
I thought I might. I thought
You
that Nikki
recognize it.
might. Looking at as seeing the tattoo, but I'll be like, "Who's Reinhardt?"
Oh, that's our door guy. We hired him. He works at
Oh.
our keep. We had to
Okay.
get a staff, and you should meet our bartender. Oh my god!
You're still employing a bartender. You know what? It's fine.
If you
Oh, she
met her,
does
you
other
know.
things.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does a lot of other things.
Okay.
She's
Like she does.
Cass describes all of her features
She
like as
plays
best he
music
can,
and such.
and she's got just the best personality.
We've got a cook
you'll
ever
as well,
see.
and a housekeeper. They're
You've never-
lovely.
You've never seen a personality like this one. The both
going.
her yeah,
Both their
Still
personalities.
Both
going.
are breasts.
both their personalities are incredible.
Hey, you're
Out of
getting
this
at her. Does he
world.
need to keep?
Nikki's getting increasingly more nervous. He's
I'm
thinking about
roll-
the books he's having to keep up with at his own estate, and like, what are these expenses like? We're keeping staff when we're not there.
Yeah, we threw this big party. You were invited. You didn't even come. We put it all over Flame Talk, and
You know
Yeah.
I'm not on. You know I'm not on Flame Top, Caswin.
I thought you'd follow me.
That explains why he didn't know me.
Suddenly, Nikki is overcome
Oh.
with remorse.
Just Kaz is also confused now and hurt.
I'm
Like,
so sorry. I just
No.
I haven't had time. You know.
Yeah.
Ignore them, Nikki.
Javi kind of
Ignore
slides
them.
up behind Rafi and like pats him on the shoulder. He says, "Yes, my son is internet famous at this point."
All thanks to you, Dad.
Right. Well, let's
Nikki is just bewildered.
But back
don't worry, Nikki. We understand what it's like to be busy. It's really hard to make all this content while we're out adventuring and stuff.
back
I'm
to her
sure it is.
features. So Mia is
Caswin continues to blah blah blah. So I believe, would you like to go to where you were supposed to go, Nikki, or would you like to still go to where you would ask Della about the place of worship?
Well, I was hoping that so we're as we go through, I fall into step beside Della and I say, Della,
Oh, what?
as you know,
Mm.
we are about to fall deep into the heart of Thay. And this is
That I'm very worried about, but
I'm very concerned as well. Is there before we go, because I don't know what's gonna happen when we go over to this next place,
mm.
do you think you could, I don't know, maybe talk to your god for a bit and maybe get us a blessing or two? Maybe scrounge up some holy water or something, because there are going to be things beyond the pale, and there's like a darkness, as if Dicky has seen some things over the last few months that he's not ready to share yet. But do you think there's, I don't know, could you maybe get us on your god's good side for a bit or something before we go?
I can certainly ask if there's anything she'd know or be able to give us that would help. She's a very generous lady.
Yeah,
Um, Of course, yeah, no, never mind. I could, let's
Wait,
see. I
y'all,
wonder,
y'all still on good terms, right? Like you're still like you're still a
I may
dwarf of
have,
faith, right?
I'm sorry.
You're still a dwarf of faith, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. I might have made a small misstep. But I've done my best to correct it. So, she actually has I'm not sure if it's a business, a laboratory kind of. She has a place here in town.
She,
Aye, would you like to come with me?
you know what? Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think that'd be good. Well, you know what? We'll all go. We'll all go, and maybe just by being in the area and having a little bit of this divine. I mean, we don't know any other like godlike celestial beings at all. So
Kaz
Say
smiles.
that to
and holds
Kaz.
up
Don't say
his-
that to Kaz.
Kaz smiles and holds up his phone again.
I whisper to Della.
I would say if you want it to be a private thing, that you guys did fall back a little bit to talk.
Yeah.
And Caswin is not very good at seeing
No.
things.
Maybe
No.
all I want is maybe just for us to, have the gods know we're going, because not every soul that goes where we're going comes back.
Oh,
Even
my
if
God,
the
this
people
is
do.
wonderful with souls coming back.
Great. That's exactly what we want. Let's just make sure that we come back.
Okay. So you take the group to the Panacea Eternal?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a sudden diversion in course as you guys take an immediate right and head down towards the commercial district of the city. Kind of like right between the commercial district and the medium housing area, we'll call it. As you all approach, you see, for some of you, a familiar looking, if still really odd, building. You wouldn't really know as your characters, but for the audience's perspective, it's like a very modern, kind of blocky feel, like super contemporary. Got lots of glass, white, smooth framing. On the front, there is a big steel sign with black lettering that says Panacea Eternal, and it's got a logo of like a little galleon type ship on the right side. It's very simplistic and stylized. Walking inside, Della, you see a familiar face. Oh, the Dragonborn woman that you had encountered a couple times on your way in and through. Kind of looks up and about to say, "Hello, welcome. Can I?" Miss Kiergren, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. We don't have an appointment or anything. Does she have any openings today, my lady?
Kind of thumbs through. You never really do.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair, I guess.
Sorry.
Yes.
I was gonna say, no, tell her it's for Della. It's very important.
She is very aware. Hang, 1 second. You see, she kind of holds up a finger to her temple and whispers, making a couple of hand signs as she does it. Nikki, you would immediately recognize the sending spell. So Della, you might as well at this point. And there's a few moments where she kind of like looks up and is listening. She is not in house at the moment. Is it important? I know her her usual doctor is in house though at the moment.
Well, Nikki, do we need to leave right away, or can we? When will she return? Do you know?
She looks at you. Makes
I'm
another
so
couple
sorry.
hand signs.
Oh, gosh. That just feels terrible.
She kind of takes her hand away and waits for a moment. Says, at this time I did inquire about a return time, and a couple of other questions just in case. She is indisposed for about a month. So said if it is very important, she would be willing to stop by and take a moment. Otherwise, her other self is here, if you wish to speak.
Oh, that would be wonderful. If they're not too busy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Which one?
I'm
the
not.
other self or
that
one? Okay. You see as she kind of just she holds up a little copper wire this time and like holds it back. Miss Kiergrand is here to see you. You all watch as after a few seconds, a drow woman in a very plain white dress, pretty, stereotypical thing, very bland, kind of exits out of the room. Green eyes, though Della, you notice, as per usual, they're not glowing, like you're used to seeing with your usual lady. And she kind of makes her way out. Her hands are kind of clasped, and she looks over at all of you. Hello. Welcome to this clinic. How can I help you all? Miss Kiergrand, it's good to see you again.
you as well. Can we speak to you a minute about a future endeavor we're about to undertake?
Of course. My schedule is open for the next hour.
Wonderful. We'll try not to take up all of your time.
I have only time for you, my dear.
Kind of like shuffles her feet a little bit.
Okay.
Very, very important cleric over here.
Yeah.
VIC.
She takes you off into one of the side clinic rooms that is not being occupied at the moment. It smells very sterile. It's like a super modern doctor's office with little medieval flares. Like there's some wicked looking medical instruments on one wall, but there's cotton swabs right next to it. And there's no biohazard thing. There's just a small little orb of annihilation that just sits in one corner. It's this size, so you can just stick a syringe in it, it'll just evaporate. But you're brought in there. What would you like to discuss with her?
Yeah, can we just get some like blessings or something? I don't know.
Maybe we should explain first. We are gonna. Okay, so we've been tasked by the city to, not quite fight the Mad Wizard, but definitely do some stuff that would not make him very happy, and we are a little worried about that. Nikki knows
yes.
more about it than we would.
Mr. Orlov, I believe you have been discussing this in length with the mistress herself, yes?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. So really, your um your excellencies here. Really, what we want to do is I want to make sure that when we go to do what we have to do, and I think maybe you might know that what that is. I want to make sure that we're all as safe as we can be, because these people are important to me, and I'm going to bring them back, of course, but I want to make sure all of them comes back. Is there anything you can do to help us now? Bless us before I take them where we need to go.
Kind of pauses for a moment. And you see as she kind of holds her hand up, shuts her eyes, and you feel there's like a shift in not even temperature, but like weight in the room. And suddenly just the air feels a little bit heavier. And the candles just seem to get a little bit darker. And when her eyes open back up, Della, you see the familiar glow in the eyes. And Nikki, you also see the small green arcane runes appearing there now. And you hear her speak, but now her voice is kind of doubled up. Hello. Mr. Orlov. My dear Kirgrand.
It's Lord. It's fine.
My lady?
Lord Orlov. My apologies. Thank you for seeking my aid. It's quite refreshing. A little bit of an ego boost. I understand you from what, and she kind of gestures at herself. This one has told me that you seek some aid. Who should I bestow this blessing upon? Of the 5 of you.
Well, I have quite a good many of your blessings. So
This is true.
any of them? Nikki, would you?
I was going to suggest she choose her favorite, but then again, we all know that would be Kazwin.
One eye just, one eyebrow just like way up. I don't believe I've spoken much with Caswin. I prefer more intellectual conversation. But, if you insist I bestow it upon Caswin, I can.
Kez does need all the help he can get.
I'm not in this room, right?
He's right. He's right here.
I don't think we're in this room.
Are we not all here? I feel like
You
we're-
can be.
I feel like we're all. I thought we were all here.
I assumed
Oh,
you
I
all
thought just
came
you
in.
and Della were in there.
No,
Yeah, I
I
did
mean,
too.
you all walked here, so I assumed you all came into the room. If you want to be, you can. Otherwise, you can wait outside.
Yeah, sorry, I was waiting outside. I definitely was
Yeah.
still like waiting for him for Nikki to come out and acknowledge my phone.
I mean, he did earlier, but
Like when he'll know.
okay.
I have to follow him. I have to make an account and follow him on Flame Talk.
Oh,
In
he
order
did, he
for him
still
to
doesn't.
talk to you again. Okay. So do you?
Let's say, how about
You can go get
Della?
them.
Della's got lots of blessings. Nikki is who Nikki is. If Rafi and Casper said, we'll bless Claire then, because
Sounds good.
Claire's all over the place.
Okay.
Now,
Did you come in there, Claire?
Yeah, I would be
Okay.
in there.
Dope. So, as she kind of looks over at you, Claire, you see these glowing green eyes that just regard you. Like the irises are just kind of constantly swirling with little green effects. And you feel a familiarity there that you didn't quite expect. You've kind of been in here like once or twice, but somehow it seems like you've known this person for a long time. And the mark on your chest kind of tingles a little bit. She reaches over and offers her palm out to you. Like, you know, like you would try and grip a basketball. And she holds it at like your head level.
Okay.
You stick your head up in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I'll
dope.
stick my head up in there.
All right. She fully palms you across the forehead like a Urukai getting his fucking mark. Just and as she holds you there, her touch is cool and like it's not like where normally it would be a little bit of warmth from contact. It's like a pleasant, cool sensation, like you just picked up a nice cold Coke. And you feel this wave of kind of energy just move from into your head, and you feel your mark tingle a little bit more intensely, and it kind of throbs a bit with pain. Both of you that are in the room, Nikki and Della, you see her eyes, Claire's eyes, kind of light up with this green energy for a moment. Just no pupil or anything else. It's just full green. As her eyes kind of widen and she opens her mouth but can't like make a noise at the moment. And you see the two little spots on her upper sternum also ignite a little bit really quickly. And then everything dims back down and she retracts her hand. My blessing is bestowed upon the one that I have touched before. May you use it well and come back alive. I know you're one of Della's favorites. I would hate to see you perish in an untimely way. Mechanically, with the blessing of the Undying Mistress, you have gotten, until this wears off, which there's a specific condition, you have a death ward.
Oh.
So while you have this death ward in effect, which death ward is you get back up to 1 if you get knocked down ever, you have advantage to recall any information about undead creatures. And you can also use up to the same amount of times a day as Della has channeled divinities. You can use Eyes of the Grave. So Della can fill you in a little bit more about what that does. But you basically can see undead in a certain radius.
That's cool.
Yeah. Gives you a little bit of a boon. Until you get knocked down, at which point that blessing will fade. But, you know, still a death ward, so it's still pretty good.
So I have all of that up until I get knocked down, and if I got knocked down, I get back up to 1 hit point, and then the other stuff goes away.
Yep.
Okay.
Precisely. And if you need me to write all that down for you, I can. Just remind me.
Whenever you have time.
Yes.
I wrote it down, but you know.
Gotcha. I'll make a note.
Mhm.
Death ward
I'm gonna
blessing.
nod thanks to the person that cups my head.
Stoic
See?
as ever.
Your God's so great, Della. This is wonderful.
Shit, alias.
Yeah. All right, come on, let's go. Let's go find Kaz and the turtle.
Thank you. She Della like bow low. Or like
You notice as you kind of give your little bow, Della, she's staring after Nikki as he's like making his hasty exit.
I wink before I go.
Oh.
I wink and go out.
She tilts her head a little bit and smirks. but you Della, you kind of catch all that because your insight's awesome. Before she turns back to you, Della, she gives you a very slow and low bow and says, "My chosen champion, please don't die. I have faith in you."
Well, I at least have a tendency not to stay that way.
This is true. She kind of leans over a little bit closer to you. Says, "Remember, you are the one that can save them. So don't be in the front."
Right.
She kind of
I
gives you a
remember.
nod.
But
Good
though-
girl. Now go on. And as she says that, the light kind of fades, and you see this other presence kind of almost return a little bit, and then the eyes roll back, and they just fall over
Nope. Oh,
limp.
oh dear. Oh dear.
They'll get up in a minute. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll tell the lady at the front
Yeah,
about that.
Yeah. They'll get somebody. They'll get somebody.
She'll just scurry out with everyone else.
Hey, by the way,
Her conduit's on the floor in there. I don't know what to do.
her conduit's everywhere. Awesome, yeah.
We as we walk out, I go up to where Coswin and Raphael. I say, "All right, fellas, made peace with your gods. Ready to go?"
I'm always good with mine. I put away my phone.
Yeah, same. My god's everywhere.
All right, follow me. Bring your courage. And Daniel doesn't know where we're going, but Nikki does.
Yeah, this is true. So you begin to walk back up towards the higher class district of Waterdeep. And it's interesting because the rest of you also seem to recognize the route that you start to take as you make your way back to the Skystrike Manor. This beautiful blue and white and gold decorated estate up in the upper echelons of Waterdeep. Not too far from the Citadel, actually. And you are greeted by servants who seem to immediately know that you were expected and usher you in without so much as a question. And standing in the center of the main hall beyond the foyer, you see the Lady Ventus Skystrike standing there with her pale white hair and blue robes, and you see over one arm you see a set of purple and magic white flowing robes, which you might piece together from her recent meeting. And she kind of looks over at all of you with a warm smile. It's good to see you all one more time before you depart. Come, I have prepped the circle that I have been told to. I believe you will be gone for a while, so please take my best wishes with you. And kind of she gives a half glance to Caswin and then looks over at Della and Nikki. Says, "Be sure to give my daughter my best wishes."
Of course. Of course.
She takes you into a subsequent chamber, which is one that you haven't been in before, but it's far less decorated in here. It's got some rows of books, various ingredients on the wall, and a big chalk circle on the ground. Which you would recognize, again, Nikki, as a teleportation circle.
All right, everyone. This is where the shit hits the fan. So, when we get in here, step one, don't die. Right? Rule number one,
That's step one.
Yeah, rule number 1: don't die.
I like that one.
I think we
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah, what we had a rule number 2. Don't remember what it was.
Oh dear.
I was always so focused on rule number 1 that
I mean, rule number 1 really is really is a good one.
it's really the best rule. Honestly.
It does seem important.
Mm-hmm. So don't die. Stay quiet if we can.
And Caswin is the light.
She kind of leans over a little bit. The Duchess from her corner. You will not be going directly into the vault. You'll be meeting my daughter first. At the gatehouse.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry
Can't
for the
wait.
confusion.
Rule 1 still applies.
Rule 1 does still apply.
Still applies.
I would not anger her too much. She may kill you. But only if she has reason to do so. And she holds her hand out over the teleportation circle. And kind of gives you all a look. Are you ready?
Kaz gives her a look.
Kaz is always ready.
She does not meet.
Just
She
always
does not
ready.
meet your gaze, Caswin. As her palm
Gotta-
ignites with a blue flare, and you start to
Gotta-
say something, and it poof, all of a sudden, poof, 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 all of you are teleported
Gotta shoot your shot, you know.
down to the land of Thay. As I will drag you all here. See.
Uh-oh.
What? What's wrong?
Oh, this looks great. Yeah.
Nothing, obviously. Everything's going according to plan.
Oh, it's
This looks like Claire's room.
it's gorgeous.
Ha ha ha.
You all appear in a slightly busted up building. It's mostly made of stone and sturdy oak, but you see rubble lying in different corners. As you kind of gaze at your feet, which is the first thing. And by the way, teleportation the first few times is quite rough on your organs, and especially your intestinal tract is just. But as you look around, you see this teleportation circle at your feet, just glowing with a slight receptive, purpley magic, and is starting to fade almost immediately as you have landed here. Looking around, you see, in parts, holes in the roof. You see a massive, like, iron and sturdy oak gate resting at one side of the hall. On either side of you, you see 2 more teleportation circles. And in other sections, you see just more rubble, maybe covering more. But most notably, you see a woman standing behind a desk, kind of arms crossed over her chest and her red robes. And you see a bald-headed figure with very pale skin, equivalent, you might think, of the Duchess. But this one is different. She's wearing deep crimson red robes, and her bald head is tattooed with many markings, which I think only Nikki would recognize to be very arcane in nature. Natural 20 on something over there, huh?
I just clicked the wrong button. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay, you wasted that nat 20.
I just dropped it. That's all.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't count. Not a real roll.
And I need to give you control of Nikki over here real fast.
Did Hobby come with us or no?
Would you guys like to bring him?
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be terrible parents if we just.
He's not old enough to be by
Really?
himself, right?
He's
He
my
is
dad.
our son.
I mean, he has staff to take care of him now, but you can bring him if you want to.
Mm.
Think of the treasury. Cannot bear such an expense.
I don't know if we brought. I don't. Guys, this is pretty dangerous even for hobby.
Yeah, I was gonna say
True.
maybe.
I think he stays at home and takes care of the estate.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to keep
Yeah.
Mia company.
Giving big boy sponsorabilities.
Yeah.
Sponsorbilities?
Responsibilities.
I think it's just us this time, gang.
Very well.
I don't want to replace hobby. No one ever could.
That's true.
You'll never be
The
my
good news
dad.
is you won't have to replace him because he's not gonna die because he's not here with you.
That's right.
He's trying to repair the damage done to his flame top.
He
After
passed
the last
on
content we made.
a burner phone to Rafi and said, "Go get some pics."
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. So you find
But you look
yourselves here.
stunning.
Oh
Say out
my
loud.
god.
That's what stop. She's got a tattooed forehead. Just relax. Jesus.
Chill out for 1 second, please.
We're trying not to have her stab us.
1 second. I do have a reference, which I will. Her face is masked, but you do see these like brilliant blue eyes, which are still exposed. And I will pop this up there for y'all. 1 second. Yes. And she kind of regards you all with just this cold expression. I was wrong. She doesn't have sleeves at all. And she looks to you all, just kind of not saying anything for the moment. And then Caswin says that shit, and she just tilts her masked face to the side for a moment. Says, "Really? Okay. Welcome on top of the board. So nice to have you all here."
Doesn't sound like it.
He means
Nice to
thank
meet-
you.
It's nice to meet you.
Your mother, she sends her regards.
Yeah, she does.
Ignore the Dorito man.
Did you say her mother sends her regards?
Mm-hmm.
She
Unless that's not your mother. I don't know.
she just kind of gives a small shrug and says, "I'm sure she does." Whatever. It's fine. Wish she had come in person, but instead I will be dealing with all of you. So. Yes?
That was just giving like a very pained sigh about being caught in the middle of like awkward family drama. She was like, oh dear.
Nikki says, "Oh, I'm Nikki Orlov. I believe I'm the one you were expecting. We're ready to, or I'm here. We're here to do what was necessary, I suppose. What's next for us? We want to get in and get out as quick as we can."
And that is a good and admirable goal. Keep to that. So first off, I do have a lot of information to give you before you go in. By the way, my name is Sarana. I'm sure you'll be needing me quite a bit. I am the one who brought you here. I'm the one who has contacted your lovely authorities at the behest of my mother. Holds her hands out. You see the black fingernails. Welcome to Thay. So, I'm sure you all know why you're here. But some context is important. This here is what was once known as Bloodgate. Kind of gestures out to the crumbling ruins around you. It's a magic gatehouse from which I can send you in to the Doom Vault. Nobody knows of its existence except for me, you, and the good Duchess. I have information and the ability to send you inside. My name is never to be mentioned to anyone on the interior of that vault. And you are never to make this gate's existence aware. Words. Never tell anybody about this fucking place, okay?
And they
Perfect. I have a lot of information, and only some of it is pertinent. So you feel free to ask me what you need to. But first off, I have a map for you. It is scrounged of information that I have obtained over my long and arduous stay here in Thay as a rebel under the Lich Bastard's reign. So do take it with a grain of salt, as I have not been in there myself. And she hands you all this massive, intricately crafted map of what is labeled on the top right of it, the Doom Vault. And as you look at it, you see a lot of maybe concerning things, and I'll give you all just a moment to look at that as you, and I'll put it on screen for everybody as well. As you all suddenly kind of see the expanse of this place. And she kind of takes a moment and clears her throat, says, there is... I have it on good authority that the interior of this place, while extremely harrowing and dangerous, contains the phylacteries of all of Sastam's top lieutenants, all of whom are undead liches. And conceivably, evil monsters that feed on the souls of all of our good people in Thay. I do not know necessarily how to get to them. That is going to be our first objective upon entering this place. It is, your most pressing task. So while you're in there, anything else that you can find of importance that might strike a crippling blow would be useful and appreciated. We also have information on a couple of things. And this is where she looks specifically at Caswin. The less adept of you might get lost, so pay attention.
Kaz like looks around.
I look at Kaz like, does she want to fight? Less adept?
keeps her arms folded.
She wants some bells.
Ask for mouth shut for the next few minutes, please.
She
keep
takes after her
dreaming, big
mom.
boy. She rolls her eyes and then says, there are two types of magical gates in there, similar to, she points down at the teleportation circle that you are sitting there. Similar to this. There's black gates and white gates. The black gates function very similarly to these teleportation circles. They can take you to different zones in the vault. They are complicated to activate, but I'll get to that in a moment. The white gates are simply barriers between the zones and act as stoppers, installed by the newer residents, Zastam's forces. They will bar you from traversing too many regions freely. Both require, he holds up a strange looking like piece of crystal on a necklace, it looks like. Though it has very intricate carvings and arcane runes on it. It says, they both need one of these to function. They're called gate keys. I've only managed to acquire this one through many deaths and much sacrificed. But nonetheless, this should get you entry, at least, into this place. The black gates, when you find them and activate this crystal on them, can take you to the region that this crystal's attuned to, no matter where you are in the vault. The white gates, if you hold this to them, as long as this crystal is attuned to the zone that you are in, it should open. But if you do not have a crystal that connects to the zone you're in or the one next to it, it will not.
So can it attune to any like place that we're in? Do we have to wait a while for it to attune, or is it just pre-attuned to certain spots?
Unfortunately, I believe it's pre-attuned. You'll have to
Okay.
recover.
So there are
New ones.
identifying markers that allow us to know which key goes to which gate situation.
You'll be able to tell.
Great.
There will be an essence about the key that lets you know that it is attuned to that zone.
Kaz is lost by all this.
I've also been told that one key can be attuned to multiple zones if you wish to transfer them. The connection into the single crystal. Though, whether you choose to do that or not is up to you.
As Nikki is taking notes, he gives Kaz a look like, I got this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Kaz knows. Say this.
I
It
look
is-
to Della, and I'm just like, I'm just grateful that every door has a key, so you can't just waltz in.
Oy, that might be where he got lost. He's never used a key in his life.
Hoping he learns to knock at some point.
Kaz just like looks at all of you, looks at Nikki and gives him a thumbs up.
So there's much more information I can give you, but what is relevant is up to you. What would you like to know?
How many generals have phylacteries? As in, how many phylacteries are we looking for?
She can't see her mouth, but her eyebrows kind of scrunch a little bit. And she just kind of looks at you and says, many. Very many.
And what do these phylacteries look like? How do we know?
Phylacteries can be any item, technically.
Oh, great.
But they are kept in the most secure part of this vault. The whole reason that this vault is inhabited by Sass's forces at all is to protect them. When you find their vault, assume that every item in there is a phylactery.
Or are we to assume that all the phylacteries are in the same room? Seems like this vault would be something that they would be wide and spread out. But are we looking for a specific place that would have all the phylacteries?
More of the second, actually. It seems that he keeps them all in a very secret place that most of his generals cannot even reach. He controls access in and out. I don't know how he does it, but it's his way of keeping them in check, is keeping their phylacteries from them. So, fortunately for us, we can use that as a weakness. We know they're all in one place, at least many, many of them. I wouldn't put it past them to store them in other places in this vault too, so be vigilant. But most of this crypt is laboratories for making armies of abominations to conquer the greater Faerun.
Okay. Cool. Anybody got anything else?
No, all I'm hearing
So-
is no looting and destroy everything. Seems pretty straightforward.
We don't know how many generals there are. We don't know what the phylacteries look like. We know that they are likely all in the same place, but also that they may not be in the same place. And we know that the gate keys are integral to traversing the location. The black arcane circles will take us to another location within the Doom's Vault, and the white sigils are actually just barriers that prevent us from going to the next area or prevent other things from coming to us.
Yes. Treat the white barriers as kind of gates between demiplanes. Each zone is almost its own demiplane. It's
And
confusing, I know, but yes,
is there no way to identify a phylactery? Like, do they give off any type of aura or?
if you have identify or
I-
detect magic,
I can do that actually.
I can also detect magic.
both of
Is
those
there-
spells should radiate strong necromantic energy from the item if you suspect it.
Giving necromancy.
Is there anything we should definitely try to avoid?
Death.
Death would be a good thing to avoid. And
I mean, I don't
actually,
know
I do
about you,
have
but
I have something to say about that actually, but
Oh.
If you're talking about particular dangers, the Doom Vault was once inhabited by another red wizard named Khazit Ghul. He used it to lure greedy adventurers and harvest their souls for his phylactery, but when Sastam found him, took it over. We don't know what happened to Ghul, but I don't think he left. So he's probably a very active threat in there somewhere.
Ghoul.
Yes, Gul.
So ghoul is scary. Okay.
Mhm.
Khazit Ghul. He is most likely undead of some kind and probably very dangerous. Oh, yes. Actually, I do know that he became a demi-lich, so look out for that.
A demi-lich?
Yes, because he
Just
was
chilling
unable to
in
continue
there.
fueling his own phylactery. He became a demi-lich.
And he's just in there somewhere.
I have no idea where, but I assume he's
Cool.
in there.
Demi-liching away and being threatening.
Yes. There's also another lich that might be somewhere inside. The person that used to run this place, my old employer, his name is Toru. He lives in here, in the Doom Vault. He failed in his plans. This place was stamped out by an army of adventurers. And it's only a husk, as you can see, kind of gesturing around. But it was once staging grounds to invade Faerun. Since he has failed that, he probably whimpers and hides somewhere inside the Doom Vault, waiting for his judgment. But still a dangerous adversary I would look out for. You hear mention of his name, understand that's who he is.
Did the two of you leave on good terms?
You hear them actually chuckle. Nobody knows that I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm sure if he knew that I was sending you in here, he would try and eviscerate me. So no, I'll say no.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, we can keep it our little secret.
Yeah. You
Like
don't
I
seem
said,
to-
don't mention my name.
You
Oh.
don't seem to make friends easily, so
You'd be surprised.
I don't think I would.
It's just good to know you can trust us.
I'm sure I can. And I do think you'll
There's a,
do
with
something.
when Kaz says you can trust us, if anyone's super perceptive, Nikki gives a quick glance to Claire and then comes back. And that's it.
Okay.
Guys wouldn't notice.
No, Kaz
Rafi
would not.
definitely saw that with the 19 passive wisdom.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, what happened? What happened with Claire? I zoned out for a second.
Nikki is concerned.
He
About
gave you a quick
Claire.
look.
Like Casman was like, "You can trust us," and Nikki was like,
Oh, okay.
At
I
Claire.
missed that first part. Okay.
"Yeah."
That Claire Baskin though.
Yeah. Claire
Claire
will
Baskins.
will give him an equally concerning look. And point to the thingies on however.
Yeah.
How do we get out?
That's
Yeah,
actually
point us in
something
the
I
right
can help you
direction.
with.
Wait, what?
That is something I can help you with.
Great. How?
There are stones within the complex that will allow you to communicate with me directly. If you need to be pulled out at any point, let me know. I will attempt to do so. Understand that depending on the alert level inside, it may be more difficult to do so. And while we are going to be, me and my colleagues, that is, blocking communication in and out of the Doom Vault while you're in there, don't expect that charade to last forever. The longer you're in there, the more ruckus you make, more likely they will be prepared for you in your coming encounters.
Thank you for all that.
So what I heard there, Serana, is that if we find the stone, we can call you, and that's the only way we're getting out.
Yes, they're called contact stones.
Name guy was out that day.
I didn't name them,
Okay.
but yes. It's a circle of magical glyphs. It's on a wall or an object.
Looks like a
She'll-
magical lip. Guy.
She'll give you like a description for you to look at.
Yeah.
You can use a glyph key to contact the gatehouse at any point. And I should, if the moment arises, and you find this stone, I should actually be able to use my influence from here to attune your glyph keys to the zone you're in at the time. So that could be a shortcut rather than you having to kill somebody and take theirs. If that all makes sense.
Well, I know anything about the Red Wizards of Thay. There's no one in here we shouldn't kill.
Right. That does bring me to my last thing I needed to warn you about.
Oh, great.
So, Those that die in the Doom Vault do not leave. Their souls are immediately captured by the essence of it. The essence of it, fortunately, we have just enough pull on it. We can actually take your soul and push it back into your body. The only issue is, if you are a soul-bound creature of this sort, you cannot leave the Doom Vault.
Bill is sweating now.
If you continue to stay in the Doom Vault in this state, you will become a wight under their control. Will not be able to help you. But there is, at least, a cure, if such an event arises, in the Undying Laboratory, which you may see on your map there. I don't know how such a thing works, or what the procedure is to restore your fellow party members, but it is an option. But I would recommend just not dying. It seems simpler.
Right.
So what I heard was if we die in the game, we die in real life. And if we die in the vault, we need to reunite our souls before we can leave, yes?
Yes. Revivify won't work quite as well as you would normally have it.
Hmm.
Your corpse will simply reabsorb yourself.
Seems safe.
It's not.
All right, so I guess we're doubling down on rule number 1.
Rule number 1.
Don't die.
Don't die.
Well, that's about all I had off the top of my head. Is there anything else you'd like me to relay to you about?
If we succeed in this, will you come with us afterwards? Leave this place?
You understand this is my home, right?
Yeah, but if we clear out all this, won't you be a suspect here?
Not necessarily. If I am compromised, I have means of ending myself quicker than they can raise me. I would rather be dead than be one of his undead servants. And I suspect that would be the more likely end than me leaving this place. They was not always evil, you know. This fight is mine and my compatriots. We will make sure he burns for this.
No.
Okay.
Guys just nods.
Thank you for your kind invite, though. She says very unkindly. In that case,
Caswin thinking of a world where she's back in my room.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Let's just go.
She
Let's just go, Casper.
she
I pull out a water bottle and spray him twice.
All you hear is.
I don't think that's true, actually. I'm the DM when I say that didn't happen.
No, I heard it.
Thank you.
All
right.
I would like to invent a cantrip that's just water bottle spray. But okay, so you it sounds like you don't have any more real questions. So she takes that glyph key and holds it up as if to toss it to one of you.
I'm a wizard.
Tosses it to you immediately. It's enough reasoning.
I catch it, no problem.
Yeah, make a dex save. Just kidding.
I'm great at it. I'm great.
I know
I'm
you
great at
are.
that shit. Okay.
Wouldn't it be hilarious though if it fell and smashed and you were like, well, not
Got
getting
it.
in there.
Where's your next one?
That was the only one.
How many
Okay.
lives you say it took to get that one, Kate?
Oh my god, my father died for that. Just kidding. All right. She does a couple of motions, and you see as the circle to your right, or the east on this map, begins to glow with like a purplish red power. It says, "You will be going to the abyssal prisons first. That is where that glyph key is attuned to."
Great.
And you see the glyph key itself, the crystal has like just a black, dark, never-ending void like energy inside of it. Just kind of swirls around. The gate is open for when you're ready. I'd recommend you all go in at the same time, just in case.
Right, wouldn't want to be separated in here.
Ruffy recommends that we all hold hands.
I take his hand.
How romantic.
Yeah, we all hold hands.
I'll take Della's hand.
Okay. You all hold hands and you walk over to this circle. You see just this. The other circles kind of glowed with like, a fairly arcane energy, but this one has like a more menacing energy to it somehow. It's just like a darker tinge. And you see actually these like kind of ethereal black tentacles kind of wreathing out of the inside of the runes and the circles, and they seem almost to like fade as you get close to them, like they fade out like a video game. It would just fade out of your peripheral when you get just a little bit too close. But once you all finish stepping inside and with your held hands, there is another flash, but this one just inky black, and it feels like you're being stretched and pulled, like you were getting moved through a black hole. And I will take you now to the Doom Vault. Oops. Gotta get all the way back over. This map is massive, by the way. Oh no, where am I? There we go. All right, one moment. So sorry.
Yeah, the Doom Vault. Real positive name.
Doom Vault, Doom Vault, Doom
Doom
Vault,
Vault. Doom
Doom Vault.
Doom
It is a
Vault.
really positive name.
Oh, hello.
Super positive.
Yeah, I mean,
Vaults usually have treasure, and Doom isn't that scary. Oh, this
well,
isn't.
I think this is a vault full of doom.
Look at these really cool floating rock. Yeah, hey, there's so many
Yeah,
people
look,
in here.
it's a statue. Look at all these statues.
You
Yeah,
all kind of tumble out into this space. You see dim light kind of radiating from the walls, the floors, and the ceilings. Just a little bit. And you see, first off, this fantastic looking chandelier that's kind of hanging over the area, giving the area a homely glow, if you could call it that.
About these rocks?
Yeah, so that's the gate you just came out of.
Oh, okay.
I mentioned those black tendrils that you saw before. As you look behind you, you see them much more solidly. And kind of swirling around and making their presence known. And that's what the rocks are, kind of representing.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I zoomed out. I see the chandelier now. Go ahead.
Yeah, totally fine. And as you kind of take in the space, just you see the scorched and shattered plaster show faint signs of frescoes that once adorned the walls here. There's a half dozen ruined chandeliers that kind of hang from different parts of the cracked ceiling, but at least there's one that's intact. In the northeast corner, you see a black gate and you see just a set of stairs beyond it. As you look, or sorry, no, the black gate is what you just came out of. My bad. As you turn, you see a woman standing there.
She has a gun.
She does not have a gun. But as you all appear, she seems to have been standing there for a minute, and her head kind of snaps up immediately, and she looks all of you and says, "Who are you? I was not told of any visitors that were going to be approaching us today." You see her skin is unnaturally pale and kind of gaunt. She looks human otherwise.
We didn't go over this.
You
She
also. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
She looks mean, right?
She's a little mean looking. You also see standing around the room these 4 figures that are just kind of standing more or less stock still, but shifting and swaying just a little bit. Those are more obviously inhuman zombies.
In parentheses, Nikki's under the understanding that there are no friends in this vault, and thinks that we should probably just attack immediately. Does anyone else But I don't want to overrun everything. So in
enough.
parentheses. So does anyone before striking out immediately? Does anyone else want to do anything?
No, Kaz doesn't have any. There's not gonna be friends down here
We've
for
got
Kaz.
to be quiet. They sound.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna cast silence.
Okay.
Silence centered on her, and we kick this thing off.
All right. Are you doing? Do you have like subtle spell or anything, perhaps?
Why would I have that?
All right. It's time to roll for initiative then.
I say all that, but I want to give anyone an opportunity if they want to do anything else first before I do.
Yeah.
Before I do anything. So
Claire is down to murder, so
Okay.
Oh, we're here to meet a general.
The general.
Aye.
You see Nikki's like, like totally hand signs, like
I'm ready to do it, but yeah.
holding his initiative die in hand. Which general are you here to see? You see as her fangs kind of bare and they look a little bit elongated.
Oh, so super friendly.
He's real quiet. I don't think he's. You know the one.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
She's just like side eye. The clear like spell work going on. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, she's like, she's very tensed up right now.
Well, that'll be an 8.
Everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
are we doing combat tonight?
No, but I want to get
Alright.
initiatives going, and then we'll start next time.
Okay, Kaz already rolled
16.
15.
I have a plus 18 to my initiative now, in case you're wondering.
Oh my god.
So that is a 37.
Oh, no, Nikki.
It's okay.
6.
Claire got a 37. It's okay.
Perfect.
All right, Claire, you'll go second.
Really?
With a
No.
37.
Oh,
Did you get did you get Gloomstalker bonus now too, I think? Yeah, that's right.
It's
That's right.
everything.
Yeah,
what was
alert.
yours, Della?
18.
All right, cool. So we will start off next time with them fighting this scary teeth lady immediately. Thank you all so much for joining us. I hope the build-up has been good, because it's been good for me.
He
I'll
started it.
Yeah. I will real quick make a note. We had a bless from CJ, and you all got luck this session.
We got a
Right.
second bless
Got a
as well.
second.
A second
we got-
bless?
2
Yeah.
blesses.
What the fuck? Okay.
Did CJ roll for her bless?
I don't think so.
I don't.
No, I
No.
think
Yeah.
they got a 3.
In that
Someone
case,
rolled
The
a
second
three.
one was a 3.
Oh.
okay. So there's a 3 from Flacco.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Hold on. Oh, what
Bless
is
up.
happening?
Did Flacco do a bless too? Lotsky did a bless.
Okay, we got another one. Wait, did we have 3?
Or we just,
CJ
we
rolled a
just rolling?
7.
Okay. CJ
Oh
got
no,
a-
Two blesses.
that was
Flacco did it.
Flacco.
Flacco did it for a 7. So there's a 3 and a 7 on the plus table.
That was from Zach.
Okay. Wait, so Lotsky did a bless. 7's for CJ. Oh, okay, so Flacco didn't do any tonight, but Flacco rolled the numbers. That's good. All right, cool.
I
So-
feel like it's so many blesses that like just the ceiling collapses on this lady. And she just
You think
flattens
so?
out. I think so. Yeah.
That's
Just
You know,
The
that's
whole
not how
vault
they'll work
collapses.
anymore.
I think she
Oh,
gets
okay.
Thanos snap.
There's actual effects that come into
Yeah.
place.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I'm just look. I'm just brainstorming.
I mean, it's Daniel. It's okay. You'll be all right. Maybe. Who
We'll
knows?
see.
But in the meantime, we do have to unfortunately get off for the evening. As much as I would love to roll this out, we will join you all next week, same bat time, same bat channel, as the players finally get to explore this Doom Vault, which is awesome. By the way, there's so much. It's insane, but I love it so much. Can't wait to have you all join me and all of my cast here next time. Quick shout out our other shows, if you don't mind checking them out. We would love to have you over there as well. Sunday night show, No Man's Land at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. We've also got 7:30 Central, I believe. We have Chromatic Academy on Mondays, so be sure to check that out. And we'll see you all back here same time, Wednesdays for Iron Valor. With that, we are going to go to a raid. I will figure out who that is, but stick around for that. Be sure to show lots of love, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Boy.
Bye.